more surprised than me. I think almost getting relegated and staying up by the skin of your teeth might do that to an ownership. My thing is that I don't really pay attention to the rumours or anything until I actually see a player be announced by the
Holding
club.
the shirt.
Yeah, like I just don't. Been burned so many times by the here we goes and, you know, Eze springs to mind.
As much as I like Arsenal being linked with Rodgers in this one and that one, you can't really get excited. Yeah, until they're holding the shirt, you can't get excited. I don't know how many signings we get, honestly. I would say 3-4 take us to another level. It's just about fine-tuning to go to that next level. We don't need massive surgery.
All 5 of the other traditional big six clubs have all got new managers or newest managers.
Wait.
And that's what I think makes next season so fun.
It's exciting,
so
man.
unpredictable.
It really does. Welcome to Inside talkSPORT, sponsored by BetMGM. I'm your host, Abby Summers, and I'm joined by CJ the Deluded Gooner and my gorgeous Sam Ellard.
Oh, what an introduction that was, by the way.
I haven't seen
I know,
you for so
I know.
long.
It feels like, I mean...
Not that you're not equally gorgeous, my darling.
thank you. No, I'm the most
She
handsome,
just couldn't, she
cool,
couldn't
man.
reach your face there from over there.
I appreciate the applauding.
I am used to spending every weekend with Sam, so...
No, I know. And also, I'm quite happy that I feel like we're going to have a show here, a half-an-hour show, whatever it might be, where you two are just not going to argue.
Yeah, there's no need to argue.
It feels like the vibe. It feels like...
This is actually fake news, fake narrative. We haven't argued.
You don't argue that much, you know.
No,
We actually do not argue that much.
fake
People
news.
actually watch the shows. Like,
If you want to watch a clip, then it looks like we're arguing.
I feel like I host a show and you guys do argue sometimes.
no, just a bit of biting. It's just playful banter.
You're both passionate about football.
Yeah.
You love your teams, and that's what it's all about, right?
Side note,
Premier League champions.
I know. I feel like I want to have a catch up. We'll talk about the football, you know, like, you know, just.
Yeah, I haven't seen you two for a minute.
How was your holiday?
Lovely, thanks. I can't tell you how much of a nicer person I am when Spurs aren't in a relegation battle. Honestly, I'm less triggered. I'm happy. I haven't got the weight of the world on my
I still feel like you are a nice person, though.
Oh, thank you.
Like, sure, you get passionate about your. Yeah, I still.
But I
Yeah,
feel
it's
like
just Spurs
I
gets
don't, I don't think you're a nasty person when Spurs are in a relegation
Do you
battle.
remember when she was getting at that fan for having his phone out? I think Leeds away. Like,
Oh yeah,
yeah.
The one
She has
man
her
picked on
moments.
was a man who paid his money to go and watch Spurs, and yeah, you had
That's one of the highlights of the
you had the
season.
temerity to stick
my
him out.
point being is that I'm just so much more relaxed.
Good.
I'm not as
That's what 8 days in Greece
highly
does to you.
strung. Yeah, and that. Look, today is an exciting day because the Premier League fixtures, they have been announced. They have finally dropped. Arsenal kicking us off against Coventry Friday the 21st of August at 8 p.m. Are you buzzing for this one?
Of course I'm buzzing. I want us to defend the Premier League trophy. We all saw Coventry and them getting back to the Premier League. We all know that they've had a bit of an exodus. Obviously, Gyökeres even used to play for Coventry, so it's a bit of a return.
The Victor Gyökeres derby.
Yeah, I'm on it, man. I'm buzzing to go and defend this Premier League trophy. I'll take that. I'll take the first 5 fixtures we've got. I mean, I think I was just browsing through before we started. I think we're away from home in our first 5. I've said this to you before, Sam. I'm a big fan of just get the away games out there early. Is it just me or the North London derby's a bit later than it normally is? Like, I'm sure it's December and May.
But
That's
we are
right.
starting a little bit later this year, it feels like.
Yeah,
Maybe
it's either that or the weekend before.
The
Like,
Community Shield's on the 16th of
It
August,
just
I believe.
seems- I think because of maybe the World Cup, it's
Sure.
just slightly later. But yeah, I mean, a North London derby in December
It's weird.
is weird.
It's
and
weird.
the other one is, I think, 1st of May.
Yeah,
So it's
1st of May.
right
So it's
in
the business end of the
time.
It
season.
feels like I've never watched North London derby before that late in the season.
Yeah, exactly.
Like,
No, you haven't.
But that's quite exciting, isn't it?
It is exciting
It's a
because
bit different,
Yeah.
yeah.
Because as much as I hate Spurs, they're playing one game a week. You do have to be careful of teams playing one game a week. You see the transfer news that we'll get into. And De Zerbi's a good manager.
Can I ask you a question?
Me?
Because what are we? We're 19th of June, and whisper it very, very quietly. It's very early on in the window, and lots can still go wrong.
Yes.
But are Tottenham going to actually start behaving like a proper football club?
You're
in the
not even
transfer
serious,
window?
man.
Like, you're signing players, good players, and quickly.
Yeah.
What's going on, Abby? What's happening?
No one's more surprised than me. I think almost getting relegated and staying up by the skin of your teeth might do that to an ownership and a board.
Let's keep them into gear.
Yeah, look, long may it continue. My thing is that I don't really pay attention to the rumours or anything until I actually see a player be announced by the
Holding
club.
the shirt.
Yeah, like I just don't. Like I'm over it. I've been burned so many times by the here we goes and, you know, Eze springs to mind.
I hear it.
You know, Gibbs White springs to mind. So I just kind of wait until I see an official announcement on Spurs Official, and then I'm like, okay, I'm excited. I think Senesi's a very good signing. I think Van Heck's a good signing. Andy Robertson, obviously, for the experience too. We're linked with Tonali. Like, look, we need it. This squad it needed to be gutted, and let's be honest, it's a good start. I think there's a lot more to do. I need someone on the left desperately. That is
Someone
an
to score
area-
goals as well up front. I
Yeah,
think.
we need someone who can not to be rude about Solanke, but he also hasn't really been fit. But you need someone of maybe a higher level
I think
or
so.
higher caliber, especially with the backup being Richarlison. I expect him to probably go. the centre-back signings, that means to me that Romero is definitely gone. I don't think that Mickey van der Ven will be going, though.
He's linked with clubs, but I don't think you lose both.
He's linked with clubs, but they've also said that he might be signing a new deal. Who knows? I mean, Porro obviously signing a new contract as well. Look, we needed this, and you need to have squad depth and good squad depth, especially with our injuries that we seem to get year in, year out. So we're moving like a proper institution.
How you're supposed to be moving.
Yeah, I think the Tonali signing would be the one, though.
That's a game changer, bro.
When I first saw, like a week ago for the first time, when I saw Tonali link with Spurs, I'll be honest with you, I almost laughed at it. I thought to myself, no. Like, there's no way Sandro Tonali, who I rate is one of the best midfielders.
Why do you think that?
Because I think if Sandro Tonali was going to move away from Newcastle, I would have thought that he could easily walk into a Champions League team. I mean, Arsenal been linked with Sandro Tonali. I just think he's such a good player, ball player, midfield player. He's the sort of player that makes everything look so much easy. Newcastle are a big club, but he's got it good there. Yeah, so I just would have thought that if he wanted to get a move away, that there would have been a team in Europe in some capacity.
However,
that would have come in for him.
Does he come into? Let's say he went to Arsenal. Does he come in? Does he start for Arsenal?
Arguably, yeah. Arguably, him and Declan.
Rice could drop deep.
Him and Declan Rice could play together. My thinking behind us getting Tonali is Rice has played too much minutes. You know, before a World Cup ball was kicked, you're looking at close to 60 games. If we have somebody else to deputise, remember the West Ham away game where Rice even went to right.
Oh, I remember that game.
And you could see the absence. So I would take Tonali. Not to, you know, as much as I want to banter Spurs, I understand the signing. He gets to move to London. I mean, Spurs are quote unquote showing ambition. They could sell the project to him. They've got De Zerbi, who is going to get them fit and firing again. It makes sense. It just seems to me that Arsenal might have interest in him, but we're not taking it beyond that at this current moment. United have gone elsewhere, and the Manchester City rumours, 1 minute they prefer Elliot Anderson, then it's both of them, so they're kind of taking a back seat. So if Spurs can take advantage of that and get it done, their gain is everyone's loss. 100%. So top signing for them.
I also think part of why Spurs, I reckon, like they know, like if Roberto De Zerbi doesn't get what he wants in this window,
he will leave.
And I think he's that type of manager. He would be like, I've kept you up. I need signings. I need these players. If I don't get it, I'm done. I'm out. I'm not messing around.
Fair enough. And let's be honest.
That's what he would be.
Look at the history of managers, that have been not promised, or so they have been promised, but then everything has been under-delivered. So, look, I hope for his sake, I hope for the club's sake, because I actually think we've got a proper manager now.
Yeah,
I think that you can actually trust him.
I always said that. I wasn't sure if he was the right man to keep you up for those 6 games, but then I was like, if Tottenham Hotspur do stay up, I think he is. I think if I had to predict how this is going to go, I think you're going to do really well. Yeah. But then I almost think it could go bad quite quickly. Like, it wouldn't surprise me if Spurs maybe have a really good season next season and surprise a lot of people. But then when he wants that kind of extra back and to be like, we're now a Champions League team, but I want to get to that next level, maybe then if he doesn't get that, then I could think it could unravel quite quickly. But I think he's a seriously good coach. And I think Spurs and Chelsea are both really interesting teams next season, because I think you both got in really, really good managers. Like, again, I was gobsmacked when I saw Alonso go to Chelsea. I thought Alonso was one of the most sought after coaches around at the moment.
Well, he was constantly linked with them.
Yeah, exactly. I just didn't think that Chelsea, being the mess that they are at the moment, will be able to attract a manager of his calibre. They've got really good coaching. They've got no Champions, no European football. I think Spurs and Chelsea next season could be teams to watch. I really do.
I'm very excited to have one game a week. Like, we are nowhere near being able to
strip everything back to basics.
We are nowhere near being able to compete in multiple competitions.
I don't think Abby Summers up here can take another 3 games a week, can she?
I literally just need a chill.
I thought I don't know if you heard. I don't know if you saw it, mate, but I think I sent it to you that David Ornstein put out a tweet saying that Abby Summers was going to retire from punditry. She was going to just pack it all in, like Abby Summers taking a break for personal.
Big up David Ornstein.
I've got one more in me. I've got one more in me.
Look at what football does to us, man.
No.
One more than retirement.
We'll retire soon, but we're not retiring just yet.
Okay.
Not just yet.
Yeah,
Still got a few left.
Judging by your Instagram post, I think I know what might be the reason which might take you out for a season.
So... Back to Arsenal. Arsenal. So as we said, we've got Coventry first game, then you're away to Villa. Then you've got Chelsea. You've got some actually really tasty fixtures early doors.
Oh, we always beat Chelsea.
Oh, mate.
You do. It's
Arteta could be under pressure here, mate.
Arteta
could be under pressure.
Of course, you're going to be under pressure.
No, I'm only joking with you.
We're trying to defend the title.
Let's talk about this for a second. Go ahead, man. Because realistically, Declan Rice will be absolutely knackered. For example, when he comes back from the World Cup. He will be, and obviously everyone will be coming back late.
And we're having to manage him throughout this Tuchel is.
Typically, teams do tend to start slow after there's been a tournament. Like, how imperative is it that Arsenal get off to a flying start?
We have to get off to a flying start. Obviously, we've seen over a 38-game period, we've had several periods where we've done well, where we've crumbled, and it looks like the league's gone away. And then for all the talk of last season, we cleared City 7 points. So I am of the belief, Abby and Sam, that you start as you mean to go on. So naturally, I want to win. Abby raises a great point, not just for Arsenal, but for every club. But relating it to my team, as I just said, Rice is looking at 60 games going into next season. Bukayo Saka's having to be managed. Timber's pulled out of the Dutch international team. You've got Saliba and Gabriel who have had injuries going into this tournament.
And your players are probably going to, like Saliba and Gabriel, for example,
and
probably going to go very deep into the tournament.
100%. So it is something to consider. This is why depth is important. Now, on paper, we've got probably the best depth in the league, but I think we need strength in attack. I think we do need to hit the ground running, and that's why I like the Morgan Rogers links. Of course, you've seen people move from one Premier League side to another, but I just think he fits Arsenal, and specifically Arteta, down to a T. So I'm actually quite confident to start the season, if I'm honest.
The Arsenal team, the Arsenal project, we know has been building nicely and steadily for the last 5-6 seasons. What do you think is the next step in terms of the style, the approach? Do you think we will see a change from Arteta, or do you still think he's going to go, no, I'm going to stick with what's working, I'm going to be big, strong, physical, hard to break down? Or do you even think he, in his mind, will think the next phase is start trying to play better football and be a bit more pleasing on the eye?
It's a weird one, Sam. I think entertainment, obviously Arsenal get the brunt of it, but football isn't really entertaining anymore. Arteta might double down. Why would you break something that doesn't require that? Yeah, fix something that's not broken. Like, he's even going to have more confirmation it kind of works. I do think us getting the Premier League over the line was an element of, this is what we're good at, let's just get it over the line, let's not change too much. And at the end of the day, you have won the Prem, and I know we didn't win the Champions League, but it almost kind of works. So I do think they'll give him more confirmation to keep doing that. But of course, I do think, we've been fighting for a league for 4 years, we've ended a 22-year drought. I do think there's a bit of anxiety in my players and Arteta that will kind of decrease, and I do think he'll quote unquote put the handbrake down. But that's a weird one, because it's a trade-off. You look at Mo Salah with Liverpool, we all saw that interview where he said to Slot, I don't really want to defend, let me do my business up front. He might score goals, you might concede. So it's a weird one. I do think if we get some certain attacking players, then naturally you've got to put the handbrake down. We play one of the best high lines, we've got Declan Rice, so I do want to see us gamble and be unpredictable. Everyone knows what we do from set pieces. I do think PJML are going to mark our number owing to the narrative. So
nice of
it is.
Too, isn't it?
I mean, you look at the table, you look at the deficit in the last 3 years, we're up there for most unjust decisions. You do look at it, and you look at the table this season with decisions. We would have won the league by a point. We won. We can't be held accountable for refs, man. You gotta let it go, Abby, man. You gotta let it go.
Let it go.
You gotta let it go, man.
I have to be honest, right? My worst fear, obviously, was them.
It happened. Yeah.
It's actually not been that bad.
I told you this. It's just football. We'll give you pelters for a day or two, and then life moves on.
Life moves on quickly, right?
If we got the champs over the line, Abby.
That was life not worth living. But it's actually been, bar like the first initial week. Yeah. It's actually been okay.
How much times can we scream and shout, we've won the league? Of course, I'm never going to stop saying it.
You had 7 parades.
Yeah, of course, I need 10. Summer's just started. It's Arsenal summer, but life goes on. I want to retain it. I keep saying that. I've never seen us do it.
Already thinking about that commentary game with the 20.
Yeah, 100%.
There is no better opportunity, I think, for Arsenal to actually. We're talking about retaining and building a dynasty and era. I mean, there are so many other moving parts around all those other traditional Big Six clubs. Everyone's got a new manager. Yeah. We have no idea what Chelsea are going to like. Spurs. Liverpool,
everyone bar us,
United, literally. So if you're gonna do back to back, then this is really the opportunity to do it.
And that's why, again, as Abby was saying in relation to Spurs, as much as I like Arsenal being linked with Rodgers in this one and that one, you can't really get excited. Until they're holding a shirt, you can't get excited. But this ain't the time to rest on their laurels. And I think in previous years, I have criticised my management and my ownership of simply put lip service. I actually think they're delivering. I like what Bert has done. I like the way Josh Kroenke has been speaking, much less at the parade. And that's just, for me, it's just about building. I don't know how many signings we get, honestly. I would say 3-4 take us to another level. It's just about fine-tuning to go to that next level. We don't need massive surgery.
If you were to get Rodgers then, who ships out?
He goes on the left, doesn't he?
He can play. Do you know what? If he was to name Arsenal's 11,
not necessarily. That's not always his best position. I like him in the middle.
And that's what I was going to say. I think if he was to name Arsenal's strongest 11, he would probably play off the left, because in Arteta's mind he'd go with Odegaard. But honestly, I think it's good problems to have. I think he's a player off the ball that Arteta would love. He's like a Swiss Army knife. I reckon long term he gets in that 10. I won't quite say it's bad news for Eze, but I think he jumps the queue of Eze. And if Odegaard doesn't get his form together, then you've got him.
Do you think there's any part of Mikel Arteta that maybe didn't think that Eze was kind of what he wanted him to be?
No, I think he's exactly what he wants. I think he's got a long-term future at Arsenal. I think with Eze, he's just had to brush up a bit defensively. If you go back to the start of the season,
Aston Villa away, we'll never forget that.
Against you lot, he was quite critical. I think that was technically his debut.
Not tracking Matty Cash back was the biggest mistake he's ever made in his life.
No, but it's true. But it's true, because in the modern day, PSG do it. You have to be able to defend. I don't know if you watched Mbappe's interview. He keeps talking about defending. Maybe that's because Jose has gone to Real Madrid, or obviously because of France. So you've got to be able to do that. At the end of the day, we need need multiple options. Unless your name's Lionel Messi, you can't be just on the team sheet for team sheet's sake.
I think that's it. Like, gone are the days where you can carry multiple players. Like,
exactly.
you can't really carry, I guess, more than one.
You need a cohort of quality players, and that's what I'm trying to get.
And you have to be a very good team to be able to do that.
I think that's something that's so fun about next season. There's like the worry, I guess, for the non-Arsenal fans that you could genuinely have a really good window and kind of walk away with it. But one thing that's so intriguing, I think, about next season is all 5 of the other traditional big six clubs have all got new managers or newish managers.
Wait.
And that's what I think makes next season so fun,
it's exciting,
so unpredictable.
It really does. Moving on to another club who've both got 2 managers. Manchester Derby is on the 12th of September.
We'll be there.
Early doors, we will be.
I like that.
I'll actually be on holiday, but we will be.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Another holiday?
Yeah.
Ooh, flying out.
This inside talk
she's a superstar.
This inside talkSPORT contract she's got. Yeah. I mean, I need to get on this contract.
Did you not just see her in the makeup room? I couldn't get my makeup done because they were doing her hair, treating her like Ronaldo.
They've got to help me. I'm old.
Like, treating her like Ronaldo.
6 people looking after Abby. I mean, it's unbelievable.
I couldn't believe it.
If someone goes to me, bang, 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 I'm out of there.
Yeah, same.
It's like
Slapdash.
It's like a performance, isn't it?
Yeah.
We should stream the Abby Summers makeup go up before inside talkSPORT.
I tell you, there's actually not much difference before and after, but they do a good job. They maybe look a bit more.
Shout out the team.
Always. Manchester Derby is 12th of September. City, their opening fixture is against Bournemouth. I tell you what, Coventry have not got a good couple.
Oh, they've got a tough one.
They've got Arsenal on the first day, and then a couple of weeks later, they've got City.
Yeah. Welcome to the Premier League.
Welcome to the Premier League. Yeah. Brighton sandwiched in between that.
I think with them next season, I think like their story, their journey's been amazing. I think it's going to feel a little bit like a free hit for them.
Yeah, but you want to stay up, though.
No, obviously, of course. But I think being in the Premier League, I think for them is just an incredible achievement.
Yeah, and see what they can do. I mean, look, they have to take inspiration from what Sunderland.
You just never know. You know, right window.
Coventry for Europe. There we go.
Coventry. Stranger things have happened.
Facts.
Right, Manchester clubs.
Yeah.
Manchester United under Michael Carrick. Obviously, we've got Enzo Maresca at Manchester City. What do we think the City are going to look like under Maresca?
Go on, I'll let you go though.
It's a weird one, man.
I'll take Man United. That's an easy one. The City one's a harder one. I'll leave that one for you.
I still think City are going to be up there. Obviously, they've lost a generational coach in Pep Guardiola, but I still think they're going to be up there. Like, as much as I don't want them to be, we can't act like Maresca's not a good manager. He did get a trick out of the Chelsea side, and not that they were amazing under Maresca or where Chelsea fans want them. They got worse under him, and he's always wanted City. He's come through the whole City group. He was probably earmarked alongside Company, and once upon a time, Mikel Arteta to take that role. I think he's going to thrive. And you look at the business they're looking to do, Elliot Anderson, Tonali, potentially, if you don't get them, they'll probably have a couple of spanners in the works. I think they're still going to be up there. But it's like what you two said at the beginning. You just don't know. And as an Arsenal fan looking at it, it gives me confidence because we've got stability. We can answer questions that the rest of the top 5 can't. Yeah. But then there's always kind of surprises. The element of the unknown makes me a bit nervous. But I think City and Liverpool fights for a title. Yeah. Early doors.
I think for City, it'll be a seamless transition. Like, I think they obviously spend loads of money and people would all sort of use that stick to kind of beat them with. But if you kind of look at their kind of recruitment structure over the last kind of 10, 15, 20 years since the takeover, they're normally pretty good at signing players and making, coaching appointments to come in and really help Pep out. And as I said, like, this would be something they would have planned for a long, long period of time. Enzo Maresca's been part of Pep Guardiola's backroom staff. Chelsea fans will tell you they liked him. They liked what he was trying to build there.
And he always wanted that job. He was always flirting with that role.
They'll know what he's capable of and they'll know that he'd be the right man to take over. And let's not forget, like, City last season were much, much, much better. Yeah. Like, I think if he was taking over this time last year, a City team that really struggled, we weren't really sure what they were going to do. I think it'd be a different question.
They're a lot more stable.
They're much more stable. They had a better season. They won trophies. They came close to winning the league. And again, I think Enzo Maresca leaving Chelsea, was it 4 or 5 months ago now? I think he would have known how this was going to play out. He'd have had time to sort of watch City.
He's had time to do his own work.
And I think like this would have been planning that would have gone on for a lot longer than maybe we would have thought. And again, he's inheriting a pretty healthy team.
He is. They're in a much more stable position that they were in, and I think he'll obviously want to put his mark on it. Other than Anderson, then I haven't seen too many links with City at the moment.
No, it's just Anderson, really, isn't it?
Just Anderson, but obviously the biggest question mark is Rodri. Like, will Rodri be there next season?
Where does he go though? Surely he will be. I mean, stranger things have happened. But if they get Enzo, are they going to go and get Rodri?
If the Eddie Anderson fee does go up to, with add-ons, let's say around the £120 million mark,
it's actually insane.
Do you think that is good from a City point of view? Like, do you think that is a good signing for that money?
In relation to,
we know he's a good player, but is he worth that amount of money?
I can't lie. In today's day and age, he probably is. Like, we probably need to get away from this 120 million. We all know the market's broken now. We all know the market is crazy.
Who broke that market?
Well, us. It must have been Sir Alex Ferguson's Man United or Manchester City. We forget what they did in January. We bought Declan Rice and he looked cheap.
I think the one that broke it is Enzo Fernandez.
Probably Enzo Fernandez as well.
Declan Rice though is Declan Rice I think is worth that money.
You can't throw us under
Enzo Fernandez goes for that money.
I think Grealish for the 100 million, the release clause, but Grealish, I'd say Rice obviously worth the money.
But
Enzo Fernandez, he took the biscuit. He took the biscuit. But you could argue with Elliot Anderson, as much as I, on paper, like respectfully to Elliot Anderson, and you could say Declan Rice prior to Arsenal. People don't pay to kind of watch them. I'm not disrespecting them. They're not match winners. They haven't got the showmanship that we all love our football clubs growing up because of the attackers. But then you could flip it. At every signing's a risk. Attackers a risk. You look with Isaac. If he doesn't score, he's a flop. Elliot Anderson, he's durable, he's athletic. He's going to muck in defensively. He's always going to be there. You could argue it makes more sense to spend that money today's day and age.
The longevity of him.
And the longevity. In today's day and age, it makes more sense.
He's a complete midfield player. I didn't ask that question because I don't rate him as a midfield player. I think he's clearly a 6 and 8, 6.5, whatever you want to call him. He can kind of do almost everything. I just wondered, because it's so much money, I don't know whether a team like City might have thought we could sign 2 players for that amount of money that could come in and have a bigger impact.
However,
it's a lot of money.
He's Premier League proven, which we've seen.
International proof. He's doing it for England now.
Doing it on an international level, plus the age. So yes, you could go and get 2 players. But this is someone that you would expect to come and fit in seamlessly. It's the same way that Semenyo and Gahey came and fitted in. Like, I think sometimes it's a very Spurs thing to be like, no, I'm not going to pay that money, and we'll go and buy 2 or 3 players.
And sometimes you get exactly what you pay for.
Exactly.
And to be fair, City do operate.
He's
our player, which no sign.
And that just tells me they've accepted. Listen, we cannot replace Rodri like for like. We're going to take a new approach. Exactly. They've tried it. It hasn't worked. Elliot makes sense. I don't think Rodri leaves though.
All right, let's talk about Manchester United then. Okay. Michael Carrick, first full season in charge, going to have European football. Obviously, they did only have 40 games.
40 games, exactly.
40 games in total last season, going out to Grimsby before schools went back. So
that's
still picture Ruben Amorim doing the old tactic kind of thing.
He's got a new gig now as well.
Congratulations to AC Milan. Yeah, there we go.
Yeah, that can't be
more like commiseration.
Hope they're like a back 3, and there was a exciting midfield player in the squad never playing football.
But they'll like the drip. They'll like the
He's a good-looking man, isn't he?
What's your thoughts on United?
I think they had their best window post Alex Ferguson last year, where the 4 players that came in, Lamens and Mbeumo, Cunha and Chesko towards the end, all came in and delivered.
All done really well.
If they can replicate that again this summer, I think they're going to be, once again, a much, much stronger team. I don't know why. There's still something in the back of my mind about Michael Carrick, that despite doing well for them last season, and he did everything he could do in terms of, the numbers, in terms of the wins and getting them Champions League football, there's something in the back of my mind that just thinks, I don't know if he is the man long term to take them to that next level. Inexperienced manager, and I just worry for them if they at any point early on in the season maybe have a tricky start there or a tricky spell, and the pressure kind of ramps up on him and there's questions. I don't know. I think the Man United, but I don't see Michael Carrick being that man to get them to winning Premier Leagues again. I still think he might be a stopgap, and he might take them to a certain point, and there might be someone more long-term that comes in and tries to take Man United further forward. I think they had to give him the job, given what he did.
He deserved to get on a permanent basis.
Amazing alternatives that are out there. So while I like where they are, with European football, pressure now, expectation, I think they'll be okay in around fighting for Champions League football. I'm not so sure they might be kind of competing for the league next season.
Is that squad anywhere near challenging for a league?
Not right now, no. But again, if there'll be ambitions of having obviously a good window and trying to get to that next level. But this current team, they're not at Arsenal's level or Man City's level, even Liverpool's level. They
need more numbers, man. They're more than anything. They need strength and depth. Yeah, because like you said, you're going from once a week to playing essentially 3 games in 10 days. I actually think you make good points, and I don't make you wrong, Sam. But it's like Arteta had to answer these questions. Are you the man before the man? Are you the guy that can do it for a full season? We haven't seen Man United do it for a full season. Obviously, Man United fans are laughing. As Abby said, they went out to Grimsby. It was terrible under Amorim. Kobe Mainoo couldn't buy any minutes. Carrick's got everybody on side. He showed some competencies. I speak to a lot of Manchester United people. I've got a lot of friends that support that club. I wouldn't quite say Carrick polarizes opinion, but there's definitely more people that believe in him, but there's some that are like, ooh. But then I always pick a repeat
of like Ole.
Yeah, but then I pick the question, who would you get though?
No, but that was it, right? That was,
so you might as well give it to him.
That was something else I think worked in Carrick's favour. He was doing what he was in control of, but also if you did look at what was out there, there wasn't really many obvious
They tried
ones.
the hot names,
jumping out the let's just go and get him. So it felt like it kind of had to be Michael Carrick.
They probably would have needed a De Zerbi and things of that ilk. But what else could you do? They tried to get the best of the rest. They tried Amorim, it didn't work out. His stock fell. They tried Ten Hag, it didn't work. Might as well give Carrick the job.
I also think the best thing probably from a United perspective is that there's always so much noise around Manchester United, and rightly so. But at the same time, it's kind of quietened it down. It's like things are finally being spoken about in a bit more positive way rather than just constantly being hounded and hounding the club and hounding the manager. And I think that you have to give credit to United, but also to Michael Carrick for coming in and doing that. Yes, they only had 40 games. And this is really going to be the test of him as a manager, them as a football club, etc. But I do think that that's one of the main things, that they're not always the biggest talking point of the week. How the end of the season went. But yeah, I'm interested to see what they do. Obviously, Casemiro won't.
They need midfielders again.
They were linked with Anderson.
That's the obvious one. That's the obvious one, isn't it?
And Fernandes, any centre mid.
Kobe Mainoo's come in and done brilliantly. But they need a good number 6, and that's just blatantly. They'll do nothing next season unless they can bring somebody in to sit in front of that back four, dictate play, break play up, allow Kobe Mainoo to play a little bit further forward. Of course, Bruno Fernandes will be in that 10. And again, it felt like with Eddie Anderson, quite quickly they were like, we're not going to go near that. It's too much money. Can we compete with Man City? So we're going to be really interesting to see what United's ambitions are. What level can they get to in terms of what sort of player can they bring in for that number 6? If they can get that number 6, that attack was pretty good. But then Bremo and Gooner and Bruno Fernandes, the back four was better last season. I still wonder, is there
still could shop for
another sense of that maybe to kind of come in? Look, like Lenny Yoro's a young player. He was getting better. Alessandro Martinez is always injured. Harry Maguire, no spring chicken anymore. But again, like the bulk of that team is the talented team. Again, like last season, a couple of additions. Can they do that again this season? If they can, it'll be fascinating.
And they've actually got a goalie who can catch a ball, and you mentioned it there.
It's boring now, isn't it?
It's rubbish. Nana was comedy gold. Like Lemans is actually
even Binder.
It was fun. He was fun for a minute as well. But look at the resources they've saved. Casemiro was a good signing for them, even though he wasn't, as you said, a spring chicken. He's saving a bit on wages.
Spring chicken.
Yeah, you're making me hungry. Casemiro's gone.
I am quite hungry.
Sancho's gone. It'd be interesting to see what they do with Rashford, because Man United versus Rashford, it's needed a divorce. But Carrick's there. They might. There's a new lease of life.
I think Marcus Rashford should not be playing for Man United.
I agree.
So do I. But where's he going?
I think for Marcus Rashford's sake.
By the way, it would be an unbelievable story if he does come back and resurrect his career at Man United.
But that's a fairy tale. That's probably not happening.
I think for all parties, one of those. Shake hands. United get money, get the wages off the books.
He's been linked with Spurs, to be fair.
Yeah, he has been. Yeah. And I mean, I'll be honest. I mean, there's probably a clip of me out there saying that I wouldn't have taken
rubbish,
him.
Yeah.
But I think that the resurgence he's had, look, it's hard. Everyone looked rubbish at Manchester United, didn't they? In all honesty, especially under Amorim.
He was like the flag bearer, though.
He really was. But again, he was.
He ain't gone out chair with
the
two, though.
Yeah. Oh my God,
get poster boy for it. But because he was Mr. United, so they're always going to make you out to be the scapegoat.
Yeah, the local lad.
And he's had a lot of stick for it. So would I take him? Yeah, I would.
But where do you play him? Down the left?
Yeah, I mean, I desperately need someone on the left.
Yeah,
and look, he can finish. And if I'm being honest, look at my wingers. None of them have got any type of end product.
Oh yeah. Oh, Telenodiver.
Kalimani.
Oh no.
Could have swim decent, but numbers.
Let's move on. Let's not do Spurs. Look, it's been transfer mania. You've signed someone, Victor Munoz.
Yeah.
How are you feeling about that?
Yeah, good. I always like when my team
came out of nowhere.
But that's always good. Yeah. Well, no, sorry, that's not true actually. Newcastle wanted him.
Keep stealing Newcastle players.
Said, oh yeah, we'll just do this thing now. We'll just start signing all the players that Newcastle want to sign. Yeah,
Newcastle must hate you.
Yeah, they must hate you.
I'm really excited for next season. That nonsense. Yeah, I know. I'm really excited for next season. I wanted Alonso, but I'm excited for Iraola because the style of football that he implemented at Bournemouth,
he's a good coach.
I think it's going to be what we want to see in terms of that kind of more high intensity. Bournemouth very quick at going from back to front, pressing high up the pitch. So I think star wise, it's a good appointment for us. I'm also really happy that they sacked Arne Slot. Respect for winning that league title first season. But in the end I was surprised. I
told you get rid of him, man.
I think we all wanted Liverpool fan. But I was surprised just because all the reports that were coming out of the football club for pretty much all of the back end of last season was the hierarchy wanted to give them time. So when that news did drop on the day of the Champions League final, I was really, really surprised. But the football club have made the right decision. When they had that week from last game of the season to that Champions League final, and you analyse and look back on a 38-game Premier League season, that was an absolute mess. Game in, game out, it was messy in terms of tactics, in terms of style. He looked out of his depth. I think if you had a list of things that went wrong, but also pros of Arne Slot, there was not many that were in that that bracket. So I think if we were going to be a serious football club,
it is crazy that we have sat here this year. Take it back to last year. There's no way that any of us would have thought that Arne Slot.
No, of course not.
Because he won the league. Time can be cruel, man.
I thought last year, having won that Premier League and had that window that we had, I was almost like we were going to just dominate football now.
Yeah, the first 5 games as well.
We had an amazing transfer window, I thought, on paper, but he looked out of his depth. It had to happen. I think Iraola is an exciting coach. The only one big question mark is the obvious one. He hasn't managed at the elite before. So if we do win one of our first 3 games, and his press conferences, stuff like that gets analysed.
Scrutiny's different.
How will he deal with that pressure? That we genuinely don't know. But I'm excited. And again, the thing is, like, if you strip it all back, we have really good players.
You do.
But what Arne Slot wasn't able to do last season is get the best out of the good players. Like Florian Wirtz last season really, really struggled.
Areola will make him a baller.
Some of that's on him, the player, but some of it is also on Arne Slot not knowing to play him as a 10.
How long he'd look to play Rio as well.
That's
everything. Just
like
everything.
Arne Slot's reluctance to play someone that's really, really good. It was look. I could do a whole show on things that annoyed me last year about Arne Slot, but again, the core of that team is still really good, really exciting. Business is being done early. Again, not confirmed, but David Ornstein, normally quite reliable, did the story of Diamonde possibly come to Liverpool. We need that kind of real quality now out wide. Obviously, Salah going and Diaz going last year,
and also you need someone instead of Gakpo.
Yes, I'd rather have you play on the left than Cody Gakpo.
No.
Will you just not cut in on your right foot from the left, or you try and go on the outside once? If so,
I think if I was a winger, I think I'd be old school, like Aaron Lennon style winger.
Chalk on the boots. I'd running behind.
I'd take it to the byline.
Okay, good. But yeah, so look, I think the core of that team is good. Again,
and Isak's fit.
The Diamond, again, Isak, Wirtz, one more. We need a 6. Raven, Birch and McAllister in that midfield both struggled badly last season. I think what I like Liverpool to do is sign a natural 6, and maybe Gravenberch can play a little bit further forward. That's where he's more effective. But yeah, overall, I'm optimistic. I'm excited. And again, that team on paper should be challenged for the league.
Should be doing a lot better. And this is why Slot needed to go. You can't just blame everything on Slot, whether it's the recruitment or etc. It'd be lazy to do that. But he can leave. History would be kind to Slot. He won a Premier League in a post-Klopp era. Yeah. Unfortunately, he's out of his depth with his press conferences, with the players that he
tactics, mate.
His tactics. Again, as dumb as it sounds, I looked at Liverpool last season. Are you a good defensive side? No. Are you a good attacking side? No. What did we see from Arne Slot? It just looked like square pegs in round holes. So that's why he needed to go, and that's where I think Areola would be all right, because he's a very good hands-on coach. The only concerns is, as you said, he hasn't managed at a club at this stature.
However,
so
I mean, look, it is a big jump from going to Bournemouth to Liverpool, but
massive
I do think that. And look, if we look at historics, it doesn't always work having those managers, Thomas Frank, i.e.
But
then you do get someone else. I know it's obviously Spurs are a smaller club than Liverpool, but Pochettino going from Southampton to Tottenham.
This is what I'm saying.
He's magic.
He's magic.
You know?
It is. I do know.
Good.
I do.
So do USA.
Yeah, I mean, the way they started.
He's doing all right.
Your first 5 fixtures are fairly kind. Newcastle, which should always be fun.
Ooh, tasty.
This is turning into like a weird derby between the two.
Like you start to hate each other.
Forest, Ipswich, I think Fulham and Bournemouth. So not too bad. Just quickly before we wrap, obviously World Cup fever has taken over now. Is there anyone that you've seen who you're desperate for?
Yeah.
Diamande.
Thank you. I'll take him, yeah. He looks really good.
He does.
Can we please sign him? But quickly, because he's going to play soon, be really good, and then he's going to be more expensive. Yeah. Let's just do it now, please. Ideally, I wanted to sign him before he played in the World Cup, but he was really good in Ivory Coast's first game. And I was like, he's going to cost a lot of money.
And do you know why he'll work as well? Because Areola, you saw what he did with Krupi and all those young players. Like Diamande, this is what I'm saying. The list goes on, man. Diamande is bad news for everyone but Liverpool in the Premier League, man. It's a horrible signing for you.
What about you, Siege?
In the Champions League, in the World Cup, there's Rodgers, there's Bawardi, there's... we're not going to get Diamande.
Everyone's talking about Bawardi.
Do you know who I'd go for? I'd go for that Switzerland lad. Is it Mazimbi or something? I think he could play as an 8, a 6, a 10. He wears number 9, so maybe he could be a false 9. I do like those Swiss Army knives. There's a Ghanaian player, I think it's Yereminki or something like that. He's got dreadlocks. They would be my kind of dark horses. The World Cup's brought a lot of decent players. If you put a gun to my head... Morgan Rodgers or Bawardi. I just liked when Rodgers came off the bench for England, and I just thought, you and Saka, come to Premier League champions, man. Let's do this.
That'll cost you quite a lot of money.
We got that, man. Just in Josh Kroenke we trust.
Blame Enzo Fernandez.
Blame him. Got money, man. The whole thing. Right, guys, that is all we've got time for.
That was fun.
Nice seeing you both.
Yeah, I enjoyed that.
Good little reunion.
Very nice reunion.
That was really nice and a nice, good, sensible football conversation.
Yeah.
It's rare, very rare.
Yeah. Bring the season on.
Oh, it's just so nice when there's no football on, actually. It's just like we're all just getting on and it's
we're all together for England, man.
Yeah, we're all together.
We're all together for the next month.
Yeah.
That is all we've got time for today. Thank you to CJ and thank you to Sam and thank you to all of you for watching. And we shall see you soon. This has been Inside talkSPORT, sponsored by BetMGM. Download the app or visit betmgm.co.uk, 18+, gambleaware.org. Please do gamble responsibly.